Hello and welcome back to Divinity Gems. To my channel if you're first time viewer. I do apologize for skipping my water signs on the weekly. So I'm going to start with you guys. Just an overview for tomorrow and through the weekend. Full moon energy read because there is a lot of planetary energy going on in the sky. This blood moon here that we're having on the 27th. So let's just get your overall energy from my collective water signs, my Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is going to be you guys overall reading just for these few days, the 27th through the weekend. A couple final shuffles, and then I'm going to pull you guys a 9-card spread. Overall, get some clarity on that, and I'm also doing the Black Moon Oracle astrology card for you guys, just to get an overall view. It was very successful on the last reads, so I'm going to continue to use those. It does help with the astrology of it all. All right. I think I'm comfortable with those yet. Let's do one final shuffle on my water sign. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you guys got the Unknown card. That's the kind of card I just stare into and see what I see. Let's see what we see in your overall reading first, and then we'll see what if we can see anything in that Unknown card further. All right, first card out, you guys, was 6 of Swords. This deck does do reversal, so this is 6 of Swords in reverse. Upright. 6 of Swords is a sort of kind of that feeling that you get where you just know you have to leave something alone and go do something else. This is kind of a moment of knowing that you have to just do something differently. To me, it is receiving a sort of clarity in the mind with those swords. So it looks like she's just got the call from those birds. It's just something in her that she knows she needs to follow those birds and go. But in reverse, it is ignoring that feeling. It is kind of being afraid when that feeling hits of knowing that, yeah, the way you were doing things has to be changed. So next card out being the 3 of Pentacles. I want to say this is definitely related to a home situation or a foundational situation. So something that has been a foundational basis for you. And this card was upright. But in the upright, I feel like this is a breakup of some sort, be it work related or relationship related, where your foundation disappointed you in some way and you want to quite possibly take your pentacles and build them up outside of this foundation. So when I see this card, it is sometimes a marriage or a relationship breaking up. Because I always look at the guy in this card looks so guilty in the back. He looks so sad, like he's remorseful about something he did. And this lady, though she has the pentacles over here outside of her foundation, she's trying to build them back up, but she's also got a sad look on her face. So I'm feeling like because the 6 of Swords was in reverse, and I'm going to look at these two together, because this was not the action of clarity that you needed to take, water sign. You kind of just building your foundation and doing what you have to do, but you don't feel great about it. Like you just proceeding on and carrying on, but you don't feel great about this new venture. It doesn't feel safe. It feels unknown because the foundation is being left. It's being left. Your back is turned to the foundation. So it could be a job that you walked away from. Maybe somebody on the job was being guilty towards you or acting guilty towards you. And with the clarity on it not coming to you, or you being afraid of the clarity of what your next move needed to be, the foundation was taken from you in some type of way. The foundation was removed so that what clarity was trying to come in to tell you to follow, you know, what lead or what path was coming in to tell you that was the new pathway to take. It stripped that foundation away from you because you were not seeing that pathway. You were not seeing it. So sometimes that's what happens. We get our foundation switched around, changed, rocked. Something different has to come along in order to make us do something different or perform differently, take different actions. So because you didn't take this action here, because the clarity was not received for you to follow here. A foundation, I feel like, was taken away from you. Sometimes it's a safety net. It's a safety net of us not understanding that we can have greater wealth building up our pinnacles outside of this foundation. So sometimes it is a job that we've been holding on too long to, a relationship definitely that we've been holding on too long to because we were scared to break that foundation, especially if it's a marriage. That's one that we feel is our concrete foundation. So quite possibly those are endings that are coming across this full moon, because it is an eclipse as well. So it's turned up. Full moon endings turned up. So I feel like that is your beginning of what is going to close so that the new chapter can begin for you, water signs. Knight of Wands is out in the upright. So this is about knowing and getting that. Like I said, if we didn't get it here, this foundation being removed is going to give us some sort of situation where we basically know that we have to take action. Like once the foundation is removed, you have no choice sometimes but to decide on what action you're going to take now that the foundation is gone. So I feel like this is directly going to that story right there. What happens next? What happens next after that is the Knight of Wands. Then everything that he was thinking in his head, everything that was holding him back, all of the doubts and the fears and the thoughts that were holding you back, they disappear. After that foundation is removed, you're going to get some moments where you have to think about things logically. You have to kind of like the hangman, change your perception and the way you were looking at things. And it causes you definitely, after that foundation is removed, to be forced to take action. So this is that thing that comes along and blows those doubts out of your head and says, hey, I got no choice but to do it now. I have to take action. I have to do something about this situation. Now that that safety net is removed, what do I do? So this is, as the Knight of Wands, you getting on your horse, you taking actions to make the situation come together for your happiness, because it was a little shakeup, and it's going to be some sort of a shakeup of removing those foundations for you because you were not taking action, water sign. So it's going to result in you taking actions once this foundation is removed. Ace of Cups is in reverse. So you don't know quite yet what actions to take emotionally. Your Ace of Cups is in reverse. So it's emotionally left after this foundation, leaves you or is pulled from under you. What to do emotionally is the next question for you. Now, where do I go from here? What do I do? But I'm feeling like with this Knight of Wands being out, that you're going to just need a moment to think about it. You're going to need a moment to think about it, because these changes are all going to come, and they're going to come very quickly, it seems. This is a heightened energy that's going on. So it's going to appear that things are coming quickly. All these things are happening to your life, all these changes, but it is to, in the long run, I want you to keep in mind, it is to get you to the better life that you want, that you were holding yourself back from, quite possibly out of fear, just fear of the change, fear of the unknown, wanting things to stay the same because they are safer staying the same. And the unknown is what causes us the anxiety, the doubts, the fear. So sometimes God does for us what we can't do for ourselves. So that situation is being adjusted for you. Whatever you believe in, your source of energy is adjusting this situation for you, for the outcome of your overall life to become better. So right now it's a little confusing. Right now it might be a little emotional as to know exactly which way to proceed. But once we come out of this state, I'm feeling like getting over the initial shock of the changes. Everybody's going to go through certain amount of changes, and when they're unexpected changes, it's easy to be in a little shock, emotionally, kind of in your feelings for a while. So you will, I do believe, water sign, as you are emotional, as a water sign, be in your feelings a whole lot over what just transpired over this moon. But at the end of it, I do see you taking some sort of action towards believing that you can now accomplish what you maybe didn't feel like you could when you were just holding yourself back. The Justice card is in reverse as well. So it is about you not having balance. You're not receiving the balance of that message when it was calling you to balance your life out in some sort of way. So I feel like in the upright, this is she carries the scales of justice. This is my Libra card. The justice is a major arcana. So yours being in reverse, I'm feeling like this is all happening to you in order to balance those scales for you. Balance, whole, healthy people bring in good, positive energy. So if we're not balanced, like I said, if we weren't doing it for ourselves, that energy is coming to do that for you, to balance you back out in a whole, healthy way so that you can receive positive things into your life. This is not to ruin your life and make it the worst that it's ever been. It's actually to help you and make your life better. Page of Swords is in reverse. Upright, she is a tell it like it is person. She will cut you with that sword, which is verbal communication, but it's always righteous. It's always righteous. So she's not going to come out of her mouth unless you deserve it, unless you deserve it. So you might be getting cut up and talked about by some people this week, and quite possibly related to this whole situation up here, work related, love related. You may be getting told off by some people. This is what I see. You're not doing the telling off. Somebody is telling you off, water sign. They're telling you about this balance, that you need to get your life in order. We need to bring more balance to the situation, be it a love situation. That lover is probably telling you about yourself for what just transpired over this full moon in any type of way, whether it be the relationship, why the relationship is going wrong, whether it be job related, why the job is going wrong, anything that foundational and structurally is coming to an end for you. As I see something that you did not receive clarity on, is just causing a change in situation overall. And like I said, it looked sad to me. I get the overall feeling of a sad change going on here. So expect that somebody can be throwing it in your face, but it's going to be the absolute truth. With the Page of Swords, it's always the absolute truth. She is speaking truth and light because it does normally come from a place of, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you to understand. So may get a little talking to, water sign. But with the Justice card being in reverse, I do feel it definitely is related to you balancing your life out and making changes that you need to make for the better in order to bring better things into your life. The World card is out and it is upright. So this is what it's all about. We all want to be here, sitting on top of the world, juggling butterflies. We've been through the path. We've been through and risen above everything and accomplished everything, every fear, every purposeful thing that we seed that we planted in our life that we wanted to return something to us. We feel as if we have the whole world in our hands at that point. And that's what all of this is for, water sign. It is to prepare you. It's to prepare you to evolve into that greatest version of yourself so that you can handle anything that comes your way. So in order to do that, yes, you have to get balanced. You have to get out of your own way sometimes. So that's what this is about. Queen of Swords is out as well. This is about knowing who you are. This is about being brave enough and honest enough to be mentally logical, to go ahead and just say the things that you need to say honestly about what the problem has always been. Because when you know yourself on the inside, you can't lie anymore. You can't be dishonest. You know why you made certain moves. You're not going to make moves that you're ashamed of. But moves that you don't make, you're not going to justify them and make excuses for them either. This is complete truth. This is complete knowing myself on the inside out as the Queen of Swords. You are just very confident in who you are and why you are that person. You know why you do the things you do, and you have no problem explaining them to others. So it's about embodying that energy so that you can become king of the world, so to speak, when it is a master of all emotions, all elements. I feel that the Queen of Swords in the deck knows herself very well. She has a confidence on her that can't be shaken. That didn't sound right. Mercury going retrograde, y'all. My words ain't gonna be right, but she has a confidence on her. Okay, so that's what you want to embody. That's what you want to embody, that confident person versus that unsure person of, okay, which way? Well, it was that which way because it was in reverse. It was that which way do I go now that really caused this situation to break down. Okay, so it's an emotional situation. It's going to be an emotional situation, and like I said, it's not going to be any better when somebody is telling you about yourself, things that you know. Yes, I know I messed up. Yes, I know I should fix this and fix that. But it's about getting here. It's about getting here. All of these changes and all of these type of situations come up for you to learn things from these experiences and get here. And last card out was the Hangman. I didn't even see him out when I was talking about the Hangman, but a need to change your perception on things. He's in reverse. So you are not seeing this from another angle that you need to be seeing it from. When he's upright, that's exactly what he is doing. Just let me hang upside down, see if this picture looks any different. But you weren't doing that. You were not trying to see it the other way. You were just trying to hang on to something. I'm going to stay on this unknown card for a minute. But that's what I see so far. You're just trying to hang on to something. I see change with this card too. I'm seeing the moon and I'm seeing the sun, though. In my initial looking at this card, it looks like the candlelight. But I'm feeling like there's the moon in one side of the window and there's the sun on one side. And over this moon, the sun and the moon will be completely opposing each other, like staring at each other. And that's the first thing I saw with this. And then she has the crystal ball of vision in her hand, which almost looks like another moon, telling you to kind of embrace your intuition on this one. Do what you feel. And you've always known. You've just been hesitant on making a decision or taking some actions that you know you need to take. Water sign, quite possibly out of fear. So with this card, I'm feeling like this moon cycle that is coming. It's kind of a yin and yang thing. It's coming to change what's in the dark and bring it to light. So what's a dark shadow in your life, something that you need to change about yourself, is coming to be brought to light, which is your joy, your happiness, what makes you feel good is represented by sunshine. And then the moon always representing your subconscious, your dreams, stuff like that. I do think over this moon, you guys are going to get and feel that change coming, where what was done in the dark comes to light. And then also the need to transition things out of your life that are just not necessary, that you are holding on to, just simply out of fear of moving on from them. Those type of things are going to end for you, water sign, but in a good way, for positive things, like I said, to come into your life. I'm going to use this Black Moon astrology deck to go ahead and pull you an astrology card for the moon on the 27th. Let's just see what we get from my water signs. What is the overall energy you can expect? But right now, I'm seeing it is definitely changed from light to dark. It is time for us to evolve as people, and things that are in our way that we are too afraid to change for ourselves, I do feel those things will be energetically changed. The situation will present itself to be energetically changed for the better. For the better. All right, let's get one card for my water sign. See if I can get a flipper for my water signs. This is for Pisces. Give me two. I'm going to keep those two. Wow. The lunar eclipse came right out. This is the first reading for this moon reading. And this is a lunar eclipse, a change. So we had one on the 12th. This is a full moon. We had a solar eclipse on the 12th, new moon solar eclipse. And this is a full moon lunar eclipse. And it actually came out lunar eclipse. And yes, change. And then the other card that flipped out was the Capricorn card, which I do believe this is this is all about that type of energy here. I want to say it's Capricorn, Aquarius. I hear some astrologers use Capricorn, some astrologers use Aquarius, but it's about this type of Capricorn energy. That's all I keep hearing. Those who are grounded and rooted and stuck in their ways, which is a trait of Capricorn, but it's a successful trait when you're trying to accomplish earthly things. When you're trying to accomplish spiritual things, which is, I consider spirituality, inward work, going inside and making ourselves whole and healthy and balanced. This energy is not good because You want to change. You want to evolve. You don't want to stick to rigid, um, traditional thought patterns that are just programmed in us from childhood, so we stay that way. We want to make sure we are evolving into better people. You don't want to be the same person that you were 5 years ago. You want to be a better person. So that's the point of these eclipses and these moon energies, to come along and just bring something different that changes us, and forces us to move forward. 43, change. Let's get the overall energy for this card. Things that happen across a moon like this. I like to read the quote as well. Quote on this one is, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. This is like a Buddha quote. All right, lunar eclipse card in brief: shifts, cycles, things brought out into the open, changes, perhaps radical transformation, sometimes through crisis, but for the best. Diverging paths, getting hit by a curveball when challenges turn up, relationships that deepen, transform, or end, feeling disoriented, not being sure of having made a correct choice, big purchase, new home, a change of residence in relation to a plan or goal, endings, exposure, sacrificing things and giving up old habits, sudden awareness or enlightenment, possible medical operations, changes in eyeglass and contact lens prescriptions, strange, puzzling dreams, getting and receiving messages of a divine nature, taking a calm, active approach to sudden developments. And the card, corresponding tarot card, would be the 5 of Cups, which is actually loss, an emotional loss. So I saw that in your spread. This is definitely directly related to your spread of that sun and the moon that I saw here on this unknown card. It is a change for the better. It is a change for the better. It just said everything that was in your reading across this moon. Cards don't play, y'all. Across this moon. This is what it's about for you, water sign. And I do pretty much not expect anything different on the other 3 elements. I expect that everybody will go through these changes for the betterment of us, for the evolution of us as a better people, as a better species. I think that everybody is getting this energy to do what they need to do. Let's see what that Capricorn card was about, and then I will wrap your reading up. Capricorn, I use 88. Okay, quote for this one: time, the corrector when our judgments err. All right, so that's why that 5 of that card was in reverse. The 6 of air, which is about you. 6 of air, which is 6 of swords, which is about you listening when you receive those clarity moments of what you should do, but then just hesitating and not doing it. That's kind of what this is about. Time, the corrector when our judgments err. So like I said, if we hadn't made that move, it was being done on your behalf. All right, let's get the overall gist of this card. Ambitions, goals, the outdoors, mountainous areas, heights, cliffs, skyscrapers, publicity, fame, and infamy. The father or person who plays a fatherly role. Judges, how others view you. Power, using force. Meeting people in power, the boss. Bureaucrats. Management, prudence, stubbornness, staying the course. Determination, the payoff. Willpower. Staying strong, pewter and other metals, rubies and onyx. The colors black, brown, and gray. Procrastination, antiques, time measures, old age, old world traditions, world maps, work, not being given any slack, karma, fatalism, tough luck, dwelling on the past, looking back, not forward, using what you have, pine trees, dry wit, teachers and teaching, toothaches, rheumatism and other aches and pains, loyalty and commitment in marriage. Corresponding tarot card is the Devil card, which is just the temptation that keeps us off the right path and just tempts us into a distraction. These 2 definitely came out together for a reason, because this type of energy is exactly what is going to come to be changed with this moon. It has said a whole lot of things that we said in your reading already. This type of energy, this Capricorn stuck, scared of change, making sure that it doesn't make any decision because it's afraid of making the wrong decision. That type of energy is why this moon energy comes along and rocks a certain foundation in your life so that you can be forced to take certain actions for yourself, realize certain things that you cannot continue this way, and that change is made for the better. That change is made to bring happiness in your life that you were actually standing in the way of, that you had to be removed from. So this new moon is going to be interesting for you, water signs. I see that already. But the change, it's going to seem like it's the end of your world, and something is just could put a curse on your life for a couple of days. And then once it turns around, once you get it, you're going to start seeing why it had to happen. And you're going to just laugh at yourself. You're going to be like, wow, I could have had this joy and this happiness a long time ago, but I was standing in the way. I was not doing what I needed to do. Because in hindsight, yeah, everything looks bright and clear. But when you're going through those, as I call it, it's really a rebirth. It's a death of the old way. And you are instantly okay. You're instantly knowing why you had to be born into this new experience. So that's the way I can describe it to you, water signs. And just for the whole planet as a whole, going through those changes that make us all better people, healthier people, so that we can bring about a better way of life for ourselves and quite frankly, for the world. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time.